Hi everyone, we're back in the garage. Well, last time we ended on a bit of a kind of negative note. Grizz was full of sorrow and I know a few of your hearts sank. Well, I'm the bearer of good news. We have some good news. Can you see it behind me? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it yet? Can you see it through my arm? Let's have a look. Come on. Here it is. Look. Let me talk you through it. Let me talk you through it and tell you what I did to fix the problem. Right. I'm sorry if this image is a bit shaky. I'm using a handheld thing. It doesn't really matter anyway. Right. So here it is. At long last, it's standing and supporting its own weight. I'm really pleased with it actually. So what did Grizz have to do? Let's just give you a quick talk through it because it was quite a bit of a headache. Basically, originally, this is the original arm, the telly lever arm. Now, the BMW front suspension, I think, has to be one of the most complicated setups you could wish to try and play with and adjust and modify. Grizz has had a headache sorting this out, but we've got there, we're there, and I'm happy with it actually. So basically, what have you got on the setup? You've got a telly lever arm which pivots off the engine on some bearings here, and the pivot goes through the engine. You've got a shock absorber kind of spring effort here which goes up off the telelever arm up to the top of the frame here. This is where it mounts. You can adjust the shock as well, and the fork clamp sits permanently on the top of the frame here, so basically it doesn't matter where these forks sit, you can't adjust the ride height without changing this shock, the length of the shock. Now that's what I've been playing with here, apart from actually replacing the disgusting original forks. These were the original forks which came with the bike, and they're in bad condition. You can't really see very well, but they're in bad condition, and I wanted something that looked a bit kind of, well, they need replacing ish. They are serviceable, but I wanted something that was a bit sturdier, looked a bit thicker. These are quite thin, as where these are quite meaty, and they were a good deal, a good price, although I seem to have spent a fair bit actually getting them on the bike. But anyway, the original spring was a very long spring, and this one in here now is about, I don't know, a quarter less of the length, so that's lowered it about a quarter the amount lower, if you understand what I mean, which I think is much better. I'll show you some proper footage that I recorded of the bike in a minute. Yeah, so basically that is adjusted the ride height. I actually had the parts here. I don't know if you've seen this in my previous videos, this black wishbone. Now this had the shorter shock on it, alright, and it also had a set of fork clamps. Now I had previously measured the fork clamps and I thought they didn't fit these forks. Well, as it turned out, they did. So Grizz getting these parts machined up to try and fit the part that wouldn't even fit was a complete waste of time. Grizz does sometimes get a bit carried away and doesn't really think of everything, but anyway, basically it's enabled me to get the front end on now, and I'm really happy with the ride height. It's quite low, but it's not too low. This is going to be, I'm calling it a Scrambler, but it's going to be more of like a street cruiser poser type bike. It's just a laugh really, guys, just for a bit of fun, just to cruise about on. If I want to go crazy, I've got this crazy machine, haven't I? But yeah, this one basically is here for fun. So without any further ado, let's have a little look at the video that I filmed earlier. There is some other things going on with this bike at the moment as well, which I've got in the offing, which I'm going to get done next weekend. Well, this weekend. and you'll see it next weekend. Sorry for the delay, guys, in these videos. A lot of things going on at the moment, but I'm still trying to fit this in and keep you up to date as best I can. This is the ugly ass old petrol tank. This is why we're not using this tank. And I've got, at the moment, I've shown you the other tank, but we're going to play with this tank, possibly. This is quite a big tank though. We're going to have a play with this as well at some point, and I really can't wait to get these knobblies on. Knobblies. Anyway, let me show you some of the footage I took of this over the weekend outside. Played to a nice bit of funky music. Play it away, Grizz. Right, so there it is. You've had a look at it. Ooh, what do you think? Do you like it? I'm pretty pleased with it. So, petrol tank's got to go on. This is going to take a bit of sussing out. This petrol tank, sadly, the reason why I've got these lovely billet yokes is because there's no clearance on with these handlebars. And yeah, it's a bit of a jiggery pokery sussing out or getting all this to fit up. So yeah, handlebars on here is too low. Let me give you a quick look. This isn't exactly how the tank is going to sit, but it's pretty near it from the standpoint of its height. Standard handlebars off of the R1200 setup, and as you can tell, the handlebars hit the tank, so you can't get full lock on there. I just quickly adjusted and slid these uppers up through the top fork clamp, top yoke, and let's put on the aftermarket billet yoke, and it's gonna sit roughly kind of like that. It will sit lower obviously, but we've got easy clearance of the tank now, so that's what we want. Looking good. Happy with that. So getting this fitted is a bit of a pig though. I did have a little play with trying to get the fitting point off the bottom of the original top yoke, the fork clamp, and it's a pig. So I'm going to play some more with that throughout the week and hopefully get the billet top clamp on, and then we can move on to some of the other bits and pieces. Right, you lot, I'm going to sit down, have a chill pill, enjoy a cup of tea. Hopefully next time I can bring you some more fun stuff, but I'm really glad the bike is actually now supporting its own weight. It looks a bit more like a bike now. Thanks for watching everyone, see you on the next one. Cheers now, thanks.